It is Off Track, episode 35. We made it. Our once a month cadence, we're hitting it. We're hitting it good. We got a very special guest in the virtual studio today, a longtime friend of mine and idol who I've looked up to for so much of my life at this point, almost half of my life. First of all, we got Pizza with me as my co-host. No Doocan today, just because he's busy doing good boyfriend stuff. But alongside both of us, we have Jakob Santos. Big Jakob Santos.
What's up, guys?
Long awaited.
Absolute legend. Jakob, for anybody who is living under a rock and doesn't know who you are, can you please tell the people who you are and what you have to do with fixed gear?
Yeah, my name is Jakob Santos. I have been riding bicycles and skateboards pretty much since I was 2 years old. No training wheels, and from then it's been pretty much game on. I'm 30. I'll be 37 this year, so I've been riding for 35 years. I started riding professionally 2010. I think I got sponsored by SE and Us versus M, and I started riding fixed gear about a year before I got sponsored. Outside of bicycles, I work at an elementary school. I'm a paraeducator. I work with kids with special needs. I've been doing that going on 8 years now. I have 3 kids and a wife at home. I just had a new baby, Jonathan Michael.
Congrats.
Thank you. He
name.
will be 7. Huh?
Great name.
Yeah, it is a great name. He definitely has a lot of people to live up to with that name for sure. He'll be 7 months in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I have family, bicycles, work, skateboarding. That's
Nice.
That's me.
Let's start there with the skateboarding. I mean, if anybody knows who you are, they know you have massive roots in skateboarding. Are you still skating a lot? What's the deal with skating now?
I am still skating a lot. I actually teach adaptive skateboarding for kids with special needs. And I do skateboard lessons and skateboard camps with my partner, Rob Skate Academy. I started skateboarding, I think I was like 6 months. My parents got me on a skateboard, and I got my first skateboard at 3 years old. I think it was my 3rd Christmas I got my first skateboard. Skated all my whole childhood into teenage years. Was trying to get sponsored by a local shop. Dude was dicking me around. Don't know what was going on. Everything seemed good. We'd go skate. Oh yeah, next trip. And then I ended up getting sponsored by a scooter company. Was my first sponsor. So a lot of people don't know that I was a professional scooter rider before skateboarding, BMX, or fixed gear. So I was at a skate park. My brother won some Razor scooters in Vegas and brought him home. And my dad, we grew up, no rollerblades, no skiing, no venture trucks, no Burton snowboards. Like those were our 4 rules. And then scooters came out, and now there was a 5th rule, no scooters. So we had to hide the scooters. And my brother and I got pretty good. So we were at a skate park, and there's this like weird 4-wheeled scooter with a skateboard deck.
Fusion?
And it was before Fusion. So it was a company Fusion turned into. So it was called Quad Carver.
Oh.
And so I was like, hey man, can I try your scooter? So they let me ride, best dude on the team's like, oh yeah, here, take mine. So I ride it, and I'm like dropping in like it's a skateboard, and I'm, it had like kind of like trucks, but not trucks. I don't know. It was hard to explain. So I'm like doing the rails, and I'm doing all this, and the guy comes up, team manager comes up, and he's like, hey, can I talk to you in the parking lot? And I'm like, oh, fuck, I just broke this thing. Like, this is a brand new scooter. And he's like, you were like better than most of my team out there. I want to sponsor you. And I 14-year-old me straight up told him, scooters are gay. I'm going to skate. And I left. And the dude was like, here, just take my card, like talk to your parents. So I met with my parents, and I'm like, yo, look, not really my thing, but maybe let's try it out. So my dad took me out. I did quad carver for like a year, and then they rebranded as Fusion, and that's when the 4-wheel Fusion came out. And with Fusion, they flew me to San Diego. It was one summer. They flew me like 5 or 6 times down to San Diego, and I would do from 3 to 6 Toys R Us's a day, and I was making $75 at Toys R Us to do demos at. So I'm like
how old
15,
are you?
16.
Oh, okay.
I was like 15, 16, and I was getting like cashed out. They flew me up to Oregon. I don't know what the park's name is. I think it's in Klamath Falls. It's the one with the rotating volcano.
Oh.
So it's like it's kind of not like a spine, but I don't know what you would call it, but it rotates. So they rented that skate park out for me for the day to film a TV commercial. So like in high school, I had people like coming up to me, and my brother's friends in middle school were like, I think I seen you on Cartoon Network this morning.
That's so sick.
And I'm like, yeah, that, on a scooter. And they're like, yeah, it's kind of weird. And I'm like, yeah, so like I said, 16 years old, got sponsored on that, or 14 to 16. And they have my picture on the box, and they ran my photo. So it was 3 different photos of me, like one doing a carve, one doing a jump. And every time a new scooter would come out, the new colorway, they would Photoshop my t-shirt and the stripe on my Vans a different color. So it was always the same photos, just different color t-shirts. So like one was green, one was yellow, one was red, one was blue. And they ran that, I want to say it was like 15 years, because I went and got some scooters from Fusion, and I walked in and they had a tower of all the boxes. And the guy's like, does anybody know who this guy is? And nobody, it's all new people. And they're like, no. And they're like, that's the kid on the box. And so it was dope. Like all these different scooters were just stacked up. Scooters were first.
Is that still a company?
It is still a company. There's I can't remember what the kid's name is. He's a scooter, obviously a scooter rider. I think Ryan Frost, maybe. I can't remember what his name is, but he was riding for Fusion up until the last couple of years.
Word.
So yeah, scooters were first, and then come 2008, 2009, I went on a skate trip and was trying to get sponsored by this local company called 4141. And that's actually the guy I'm partners with at Rob Skate Academy, was his deck company.
Oh, wow.
And he sold decks out of the bed of his truck. And we went on a trip, and there's this big gap in the city in San Francisco, and it was known as the Corey Duffel Gap. It was in one of his Osiris video parts, and it was just like a giant 2-block. It was like a 15-foot 2-block, so it was like maybe 15 feet tall, and then about 8 feet wide. And I ollied that, and I blew both of my feet out. And so the skating kind of like slowed down for a little bit, and then we did a couple of shop demos, and I ollied this like big parking lot, over a planter, over a fence, over a huge down gap to the street. And after I landed that, rolled away, he was like, dude, you're on the team. So I've been, 17 years, I think, been going with Rob.
Wow.
And then I was supposed to go on I forget it was like a NHS creature, independent little, it was like a Grom tour kind of deal, and they were offering sponsorship, and the whole team got invited on it, and I broke my ankle.
Damn.
The weekend before the trip. I learned backside flips on like a 3-foot gap Friday, and on Saturday I took it on like a 6-foot wide, 5-foot tall gap, and I'm like, oh, I did one last night. I got it. I, in fact, did not have it, and broke my ankle. And that was ankle break, I think, 5 or 6. And so that was like,
you've broken your
I'm
ankle
done
a
with
lot.
skating.
Yeah.
We'll circle back to that. Yes, I have. So that was kind of it. I was like, I'm done skating. A friend of mine rode over to the house on a fixed gear, and I'm like, dude, let me try that. What's up with this thing? And I did a couple wheelies on it. It was on like a 60s Schwinn track bike, but it had like regular dropouts. It didn't have the like
it had
road bike dropouts.
It had track dropouts.
Track dropouts, yeah. So I hopped on it and I'm like, dude, I need one of these. Like my main thing was therapy. Like I just ruined my ankle. Let me get on this thing and I'll get the therapy. And I got my bike and I started riding with some local friends.
What bike did you get?
And my first bike was a Bianchi Pista.
Great bike.
The chrome and the chrome one, but it was too small. The guy that I got it from like told me it was a 56 and it was a 52. So like at that time it was too tight for me and I ended up trading it to a friend. So Danny Nunez was the one that got me into riding, and his uncle sold like bicycles, like packed up and set up at flea markets and stuff like that. Like
nice.
Big had bikes, and he's like, hey, my uncle has this one that looks kind of BMX. So it was a Maxway. I don't know what the model or anything like that was, but I cracked that on the seat tube where the top tube meets it. I cracked it all the way around, and I didn't realize it because I had so many layers of spray paint on this thing. Like it was orange, and then it was green, and then it was like multicolored. And I have a photo where I sanded it down to see the crack, and it looks like a jawbreaker, like just hella colors. I think there was like 10 plus colors in it. Yeah. So I hopped on that, and we had a local like group called Keep It Street, and everyone was trying to learn KAOS spins. And I'm like, I've rode BMX my whole life. Like, let me try, let's jump some stairs.
Like, what's this ballerina shit?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I figured the KAOS spin out, and I'm like, all right, what else? And I threw pegs on it, and I made my own straps. I have photos. I'll send them to you.
Oh shit.
I went to Pick and Pull, and I bought seat belts.
Yeah.
And I used a triple adhesive, like black, I don't even know, like all thicker than shoe goo. And I cut them, put it through, heated it up, and I rocked those straps for a good minute. But made my own straps. Figured I didn't want toe cages. That was my big thing. I didn't want the toe cages. So made straps, threw pegs on, learned bar spins, and then there was a I forget what the Alley Cat I did was, but I got 6th place in the Alley Cat, and then I got 3rd place in the contest. And it was just, some local whatever. I think Narcotics might have been a part of it. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I do.
Carl and Brazil and all those dudes. So then I'm like, all right, well, let's start riding. And I filmed my Area Cycles video. Yeah, and Kenji sponsored me.
That was on a cutter,
and then that was on a cutter. So from the Maxway, I got a glow-in-the-dark cutter, and then I traded that to a friend for a black cutter. Did a couple local contests, and one of them, Boothby and I want to say we tied for first.
It was the Revoked one, right?
No, this was before Revoked. This was like just a couple, like 2 ramps in a plaza, like sick. Yeah, 180s and maybe a 270 with a pivot to make it a 360.
Yeah.
And so I did those contests, and I ended up hooking up with Taylor Dwight and Daniel Torres. They were going down for the Downtown Showdown.
Mm-hmm.
And I had never ridden a contest like not a real contest. Like, this is, all right, we're going in. To me, Congo, Matt Spencer, Gus, like, they were pros. And on the whole drive down, I'm like, all right, I got this. And then we get there, and I'm watching everyone ride, and I'm like, I'm not even going to fucking ride this. Like, I called my dad, and I'm like, dude, I'm good. I'm going to hang out. And he's like, fuck it. Like, what do you have to lose? Just ride it.
Yeah.
And I think Silky and I tied for first, right?
I think he got first, you got second.
All right. So they came up, James from Us Versus Them and SE came up and told Fonseca, he was like, the Revoked video was premiering that night after the contest. Arthur held the premiere.
Yeah, I remember Arthur.
You remember Arthur? Yeah. What were the straps that he had made?
He made a RS1.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This one.
Broke my ankle in those. That was super cool. My foot wouldn't come out, but that was like down. That was a little bit down the line. We were going to that video, and so James told Chris Fonseca, "I know your video's done. You're premiering it tonight, but he needs a part."
Wait. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So this video was done. I didn't meet Fonseca until
Downtown Showdown.
the Downtown Showdown. Yeah. So Fonseca's like, "Hey, you live, I live in the city. You live in San Lorenzo. Like, I'll drive you home. We're going to figure out this video." So I'm like, all right, how much time do I have? Because, I've filmed skateboard videos before, and you put time into it.
They take months.
And he's like, they told me we have a month. And I'm like, all right. So my whole Revoked part was filmed in 30 days.
So Revoked was totally done. No Jakob Santos.
Revoked was done. Revoked was done. Video premiere was after Downtown Showdown, and then Fonseca got word you need to. So I on the spot got sponsored by SE and Us Versus Them, and now I'm filming for my first video part. So we get home and Fonseca's like, "All right, like we're going." So we were seriously. I stayed at Fonseca's house in the city, almost that whole month. Like we just
wow.
Every day we filmed. Yeah, seriously, it was 30 days, my whole Revoked part.
So you basically went from being like a very not well-known person in the scene to becoming on par with all the pros like Gus, Matt, Congo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Which to me was like, I was going down there to ride this contest, but I didn't go down there with any intentions of like, I'm going to win this. Like, all right, this is the first contest with sponsors. Like there's pros here. The contest I was riding up north, it was just me and, that were sponsored was me and Boothby.
Yeah.
And it was by Area Cycles. And, I think Eastern had sent him a bike, but that was it. So I go down south and I'm like, damn, nope, never mind. Not for me. And then left there a sponsored rider. And I rode, I don't know, it was like a year I rode for SE. And I did quite a few trips and contests.
Yeah. You went to New York?
I went out to New York. I got that magazine right there. I got the Brooklyn Banks photo shoot. I think we were the last year to ride the Brooklyn Banks before they closed it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then I did, as an SE rider, LDG took me to
All City Championship?
Yes, All City Showdown. Yeah,
the
All City Showdown, I think it was.
All City Championship.
In Minneapolis.
2010.
Yeah, so we went to that, and I think I won that one.
I can pull up the.
Because I remember LDG matched what I made at the contest. That was a gnarly trip too. I physically had to, after Silky's bail, I had to physically remove his sheet and get him in the shower because we shared a bed. And when we woke up, he had such bad road rash on, like, I forget what side it was, but I had to like pull the sheet off of his body to help him get in. Oh, it was gnarly.
Yeah,
dude.
His whole face was smashed, right?
Yeah, that was probably one of the scariest things watching happen.
Also, the All City Championship Trick Comp 2010.
Yeah, Jakob won it.
Yeah,
it was Jakob first, Boothby second, Wonka third.
I feel like a lot of our contests were me, Ed, and Boothby, or me, Ed, and Slum.
Yeah.
And then you and I shared podiums a couple years.
We shared 2 podiums together, and Slum beat us both on both of those.
Yeah, I think one was Slum, me, you, and then Slum, you, me.
I think it was the same order on both of them.
Was it?
For RedBull 2014, Slum, me, you, and then the Cow Palace,
SF Bike Expo.
Yeah, then it was Slum, me, you.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Dude, if you look through your like competition results on the archive. So many, like you've gotten top 3 on like
Podium.
so many.
Podium on.
Well, I remember when you guys did that, when you guys did the video, like it was getting towards the end, and I was like, damn, like I don't know who was up next, or after you did mine, it was a few people, and I was like, damn, I might be like taking that, and I'm stoked with the order that it was in though, and like the dudes that I held that with.
Yeah.
For sure. But after the All City Championship, it was nothing against SE. It was the team manager at the time.
Mm.
There was a little fallout, and Brad and all the dudes at LDG were like trying to get us, like not just me, but I remember the first trip I did down to Brad's house. It was Brad, Corey, Gus, Congo, and I. And we were like, all 5 of us were designing and putting our ideas into what was going to be the KAOS frame turned into the hammer frame. And I was the only one that ended up, well, at the time, I was the only one that left my sponsor and went to LDG. And then I think I rode for LDG for
so many years.
They built me a Thrasher.
Yeah.
I rode for them for a few months, and they were like, hey, we need you closer. And Jesse and I moved to Brad's house, and Jesse stayed for like 5 months and then moved back up here. And I stayed down there. I didn't have a car or anything, dude. Like my brother had a truck. We moved down and like we just went everywhere together. I didn't have a car. Wow. He moved home, and I ended up moving to Huntington. Still didn't have a car. Rode my bike from Beach and Warner Warner and Bolsa Chica to downtown to LDG every day. And then I ended up finally getting a car, and I stayed down there. I was down there for almost 4 years.
That's it?
Yeah.
It feels like such a longer period of time.
I know. It's crazy because I was like, there was so much that went on down there.
Yeah.
Felt like a lifetime.
How many comps, video premieres?
Yeah, well, dude, comps and man, shout out my parents. My parents did not miss a California contest.
That's nice.
My parents were at every Venice, at every Summer Fix, every San Diego contest.
Wow.
Sacramento. We went to a contest. It was early Fix year, and it was in the back of the CVS. It was like in their loading dock area. Like there was a cardboard box to bunny hop over, and that was an obstacle.
That's so sick.
It was I don't know if you remember the name Ted Shred.
It sounds familiar. I remember people named the skid
he was like
after
a Sacramento like legend at the time, and it was like a Ted Shred contest where it was like, nose pivot slider, big spin, Keo spin, and I bunny hopped over a box.
Wow. Yeah, they I've heard that when you do the skid where you put your back foot on the tire and put your front leg over the top tube.
Yeah. They
call that a Ted Shred.
I'm pretty sure that came from him too.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like 3.5 years that I was down there.
Damn. You and I became friends through that.
Yeah. Through
cool.
LDG. You and I have we have a whole edit, just us at that high school in Huntington.
I was like just at the US Open hanging out that day, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go over and ride some bikes with Jacob. So I'm in like board shorts.
Yeah. It was and it's crazy to look like. I feel like I wear a lot more black and a lot more white now. But back then when I rode for Hurley, it was like
you had crazy colors.
Zebra print, neon zebra print with like Dayglow Hurley on it. Hell yeah, that's what I'm wearing today.
Not just
with like a crazy cheetah print hat.
Not just your clothes though, but your bikes too.
Yeah, your bikes.
Yeah, I did. I had Josh Harris moved from the Bay down there pretty much right after I moved into the Huntington Beach house, and he set up a paint studio in the backyard, and like he painted all the bikes for Hurley, for LDG, Hurley US Open bikes, and while he would be painting those, I would like, I want this, just crazy colorways.
Was that the guy with the handlebar mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. I had the purple and teal, and then I had the reverse teal and purple.
Yep.
I had the split frame, the yellow, the green and yellow. That's the one I took to Thailand. I had one that I found a can of Plasti Dip, and I Plasti Dipped the bike.
Damn.
It was like a red and black frame, and I think it was like the front half was black, and then the middle was red, and then the back half was black. And my bike was so heavy because I didn't know what Plasti Dip was, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna look sick. And I rode that bike for a while. I think that bike was the Camp Full Youth. Is it in the picture right behind you, or is it just us? I think it's just us.
That's us. No.
There is a red bike here.
That might be it.
I think that might be it. There's a little bit of black. Yeah, there's some black on it. I think that's the one.
Yeah. So then I was like, all right, fuck this. Peeled the Plasti Dip off, and I painted my bike like teal and yellow. Yeah, I had some crazy colorways, dude.
Yeah,
I had some crazy colorways for sure.
Not even just your frames too. Like every part of your bike was at one point a different color.
Yeah,
it's crazy to think.
Yellow bars. You love those Aaron Ross grips,
dude. I just found a pair of Aaron Ross grips at my warehouse. Like I had one set that I was like, I'm gonna hang on to these, and I was like, I might throw these on a bike, and they like crumbled in my hand.
Oh shit.
Because of how old they were. But I seriously had every single color of those grips. I have a pair of Congoloid bars, white Congoloids with teal Aaron Ross grips at my warehouse.
Dude, white Congoloid, like Congoloids that aren't black are insanely rare to find now.
Yeah. I think that's got to be our next video, but you guys have to come up for that.
Dude, I know. I need to.
We got to film that one up here.
I can't wait for that.
Because I don't know who has more. I don't know if rare is the word, but I have a lot.
There's a good competition between I would say you, Cole, Kareem, and Mr. Ruff himself.
Yeah,
you guys have a good collection.
I have my Gorilla. I got my Grimes Saudio seat. I got my Slingshot stem. I got a lot. I got a lot more of that. I think I still have my gold Trick Stars bars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that were seriously like this wide.
Yep. Those are good.
And I remember getting a pair, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna cut these down. And now I look at them, I'm like, oh.
It's crazy. People are cutting those.
My brother's first pair of fixed gear bars, we had to cut Oris. That's how short the bars were. They were seriously like in like that, and I'm like, all right, we gotta figure something out. Like I had a set of like 24s or something, and his were like 9. I'm like, yeah, we gotta figure something out with these.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool because I don't know, like if I was to look at you from the outside, I would assume that you don't like have huge, I don't know, sentimental value towards like all this fixed gear history for some reason, but you really do.
I got that from my dad. Can I bring my dad out real quick?
Yeah.
My dad just got here.
Yeah, dude. Of course.
I get that from my dad for sure, dude.
Shout out Rick.
Fucking big shout out Rick and Tammy, dude. If I would have shot out of someone else's nutsack, I don't know what the fuck I'd be doing right now, bro.
You'd be an accountant.
I really don't. I definitely got real blessed. My dad rode with a group from San Leandro, from the East Bay, called the Curb Dogs, and my dad doing that in the 80s kind of put me into what I'm doing.
Yeah, he really had a heavy influence. I'm
on a podcast with J-Ball right now, and he just brought up sentimental value like on fix your stuff. So I was gonna say it came from you. So come on over real quick.
Yeah, come on in.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Crazy.
Hey, Rick.
What's going on? How we doing?
How we doing?
I don't know if have we actually met before?
I think down in
no.
Well, Venice.
SF Bike Expo. When me, him, and Slum podiumed.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I think we have a picture of the 4 of us. I think there's a photo of us, or he was in the group photo. I know that big one that we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say for sure. seeing my dad's collection, like my dad's garage, and all the skateboards that he kept and that he has of his friends and his BMX bikes from, I don't know, when did you get your boss? Early 80s? You know, that's where I don't get rid of shit. Don't bring this up to Desiree because that's a problem, or my mom. But when it comes to like bike skateboards, I have my very first skateboard from 91.
Damn.
And every skateboard in between then and opening a skate shop. So I have every deck. I have
every
every
deck
one
you've
of my
ridden,
bicycles.
just any.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Until I opened a skate shop, and that's when I was like sampling decks. I'm like, all right, well, let's try this shape, and then I'd ride one and I'd give it to a kid. But my dad's collection in the garage is definitely where I'm not going to get rid of this. I'm never going to touch any of those fixie frames again, but you know, because of him, now I have 14 fixie frames hanging on my wall.
Yeah, name a couple of them off. What you got in the collection?
Yeah.
I have. I'll name probably our I'm gonna call it ours because it's mine and my dad's. Our prized possession. My dad's best friend passed away a few months ago, and I built him a hammer with full resist LDG build. So this like it's all blue all blue resist parts, right? Damn. So blue resist cranks, resist sprocket, resist hubs. Remember the Velocity Psycho rims?
Yep.
Yes. So it's got Psycho rims on it. It's got my Santos stem with Santos bars, the resist headset. I mean, seat post, seat clamp, seat, everything. So I'd say that has to be like his sister gave that one to us after he had passed. So I'd say that's our prized bike. But I have a hammer. I have the first 26 prototype that I did that had the weird big dropouts. Remember that one? It was like the super ugly. There was only one of them. It had the weird wishbone.
Right? You wanted to call it?
No, before that.
Oh.
Before that one. It was the raw frame. So it had real big, stupid dropouts on it. And a weird, like, squared tubing wishbone that came into oval tubing. So I have that one. I have both 2.6 sample frames. I have my first SKYLMT frame that I had got. I think it was a Steven Jensen. I have the next one, which was the Deuce Sipawat frame.
Is that yellow?
Yep, the yellow one. I have every SE fixed gear bicycle.
Even the quad angle?
I have a draft. I have both colorways of the Us versus Them. I have a quad angle. I have the DC PK Ripper, which is my mom's bike.
Is it orange or is it silver?
No, it's the black and it's the black and
blue,
like gray ghost black and gray sticker. Yeah. So when I was riding for SE, the first go around, my dad and mom went to Area Cycles, and my dad got a 2010 Big Ripper, and my mom got the DC fixed gear, and then my brother was on a logger. I have a SE Showtime and a SE Primetime, and then I have one of the black and chrome PK Ripper fixed gear, the complete.
Yeah.
I wanted to be super edgy and cool with a hammer frame, and I was like, oh, let's do a 666 top tube just to have the number. And then when I got it, I ended up giving that bike to Beto, and it was too big for Beto. Wow. So I was like, I hopped on it, and I'm all, we fucked up somewhere. So
wait, did he ride that in content?
Yeah,
I've seen it.
In the river. In the river. He learned wall rides in the river. Yeah, you were there. Yeah.
No wonder that bike looked crazy. I thought it was just a normal hammer.
And on him it looked big, and for me I built it and I was like, oh shit, dude, something isn't right.
Do you still have the Durkis?
No, I don't. I might know who has my Durkis. I let my friend use my Durkis. I built it, and it was when I got sponsored by LDG, so I let him ride it, and he ended up selling it.
Damn.
And years later, I moved down there, moved back home, and I started doing hardcore shows. And this dude came up, and he's all, bro, I still ride your Durkis. And I'm like, dude, let me, and he did not want to part ways with it. But my one frame that like, it was a cool frame to have, but when Ed passed, like now this frame really means something to me is my Gorilla.
Yeah.
So I got a Gorilla when Jesse and I went to Portugal. Complete full build for $400, $400 US.
That's
Dude's all, oh, I have the Gorilla, and I forget what he said in euros, and I was like, yes. So I bought a fork. I bought a Gorilla fork, and I've talked to Mike Schmidt about. I want him to just send me a parts list, and I want to build like Ed's last Gorilla, like a tribute bike for him.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
I think for fixed gear, that might be it.
Did you get a Brooklyn too?
Oh, I do have a Brooklyn. I do. I have one of my buddy got a Brooklyn from Clary that I bought from him, and he was like, "Just promise me if you ever sell it or if I want it back, like you'll." I'm like, "Yeah, all good. Like it'll go back to you." And a couple of years after I bought it, he was like, "Hey, so," and I was like, "I can't, dude. Like I know I said I'd sell it back, but I can't get rid of this." So I do have the Brooklyn. Man, fixed gears.
Sick.
Rick, what did you think about Jacob getting into fixed gears instead of BMX? Did you think the fixed gear stuff was weird, or did you like it?
It was both, I guess. Kind of. It was slower than BMX, but it was still after riding one and seeing how hard they were to ride to see what was being done on them was pretty amazing. And the whole scene was definitely a blast. That was great.
Well, that's I before you came out, I was saying that you and Mom never missed a California contest.
I tried to do
every
so cool.
So sick.
Try not to miss anything. You know what I mean? It was
yeah.
I remember one time he was in a skate contest in Milpitas at the Vans Park, and my youngest was at football camp, and they had a scrimmage the same day, and I'm like, I can't do them both, man. It killed me. I didn't get to go to the skate contest, but we had plenty of those, and definitely good time. So,
well, that's what I was telling him too. How I first turned down quad carver because I told the dude that scooters were gay, and then you had to talk me into doing it, and it was a rad experience.
So sick.
Yeah. So I'm surprised you only have like a couple hammers. I feel like you went through like 10 different hammers throughout the whole time you were riding for.
I had a lot of hammers. When I rode for Throne, I sent a hammer to the factory overseas, and I pretty much redid the hammer with a few adjustments, and that was going to be my signature bike with Throne.
Damn.
So there's one that I lost. I sold 2, and so I think I have 3 hammers.
Did you prefer it on 26s or 700s?
26. Once I went to 26, and I was one of the I want to say I was one of the last like 700C. Like, so Kareem's the reason I went in 26.
Oh, I heard about this. I'll let you tell.
I don't know if Kareem kind of Kareem forced me into 26s pretty much. I went to Atlanta with my bike on 700s, and I was very 700C, don't limit me. And he's like, hey, throw my wheels on your bike. So that's in my Big Money Hustlaz part.
Yep.
I think it's a pink and a black tire.
Yeah. And it's your purple hammer frame that was on 700s.
Yeah. So, and I didn't realize until after that, and I got home and I put 26s on my bike, the hammer had the dropouts like that, and the area for the built-in chain tensioner. But if you just cut here and here, and it opened up, it was 14 mil, and that axle went all the way in, and it fit a 26 perfect. So once I figured that out, I couldn't tell you how many hammer frames that I modified it, you know, at LDG, and LDG was not happy about it. They're like, dude, you're voiding warranty on these. I'm like, no, we're good.
Everybody did that though on the hammer.
Yeah, that was
once I figured that out, I was like, oh, if we could get rid of this all this dropout, all the chop the dropouts too. But Kareem pretty much hit me with put these wheels on to film your part, kind of a like I was pressured into it. So I filmed my whole Big Money Hustlers part in 2 days down there with Kareem, and then I hopped on a China bus and I went up to New York.
There seems to be a theme with your video parts here.
Yeah, well, it was crazy because I was just looking through my Vimeo the other day, and I was putting out an edit every month to a month and a half. So like there wasn't, at that time, there wasn't 2 months, 3 months where I didn't put something out.
Yeah, you're a content machine, dude.
Instagram wasn't, you couldn't post videos.
Nope.
So everything was Vimeo. And I mean, it was all the same shitty transition. I used iMovie. I never learned how to do any of it. I'll just upload all the clips, you know, shorten them a little bit, throw that same transition. I think it was the crossfade.
Yeah.
Throw that transition in there and put a song to it. But then I didn't realize, like, each clip, when you adjust the sound of your clip to do the music, well, you got to do that with the photos you put in of sponsor logos at the end, because it wasn't like now where in the beginning you have 6 sponsors on one, you know, on a clip of you riding. It was like just pictures. And then at the end of my videos, it would go from like the sounds here to the sounds now here. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with my videos?
Yeah, that's...
So yeah, I was all shitty iMovie.
That's okay. I did the job. You got the views.
Yeah, I did. I was definitely getting the views. Yeah.
You put out some really good riding and edits on those. Like, I feel like your 700s too, especially, like, you were going hard during the 700.
I think I had a lot more edits on my 700 than I did my 26.
Well, I don't,
edit wise.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like while you were on 700s, you had more people to film you, it seemed like. And then when you switched to 26, it seemed like a lot of self-filming.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you could say that. When I was up here, I rode with a lot of like the narcotics guys. And I don't even know if I had a camera. I think I bought a 60D. No, I bought that when I moved down, is when I got the 60D. So I don't even know if I might have used Kinji's shop camera, Area Cycles. And we would just go out and, like, I don't know, clips always. Like, my dad's filmed a bunch of my clips. My brother, I've had my mom film clips for me. You know, my wife, my kids have filmed clips for edits. Like,
that's awesome. I filmed clips for you. I filmed a whole edit for you.
Yeah, you filmed the whole. You not only filmed the whole edit and edited it for me, but you did my Fixed America edit.
That's right.
I think you did my Portugal trip. I think I sent you the clips for that. You didn't do that one? Maybe I did that one. That's why it looks like shit. But you did my spike parts.
Yeah, I filmed that one. I filmed a lot of that too.
Edit. Yeah, I filmed and edited that one. And I know Fixed America for sure you did.
Yep, I did. Yeah. You traded me a pair of resist cranks for it.
That's right.
That's a pretty good trade.
Damn, dude. Hey, I kind of need those back, bro.
They're 160s, bro. You don't want them.
Yeah, I run 160s.
Nah, you don't.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, no, because I'm on 29 now. So when I got my first package from Merit, they were like, "What? You want 170, 175s?" I'm like, "What's the shortest you have?" And Mike was like, "The shortest?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm trying to clear bar spins like these 29s, you know." So yeah, I run 160s, 36, 16.
Are you bar spinning your 29ers?
Sometimes I get a good catch, and sometimes I jam my finger or my nuts with my handlebar.
Dude, bar spinning freewheel is hard.
Yeah, it is. It's very hard. But you know what's crazy is when I was on my cassette, my 26, I hopped on, I think it was Schmob Shane's bike, and I did 10 hot bars in a row.
They're
and
easy
then I got on my bike, and he's on Fixie. And so I did 10 in a row. Perfect. And then I hop on my cassette, and I couldn't even let it go. So I don't know if it's being strapped in or what it is, but it's something in here isn't clicking.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Hey guys, I got to check out. I got to look for my wife to go. So
thanks.
Yep. Duty calls.
Great to see you, Rick. Thanks for joining.
So I have a off question. Speaking of parts, how many LDG stems do you think you still have? Because those are another gem.
Yeah, people.
So my stems, I have maybe 4 or 5.
Oh shit.
I have, how many sets of my bars do I have? Probably 15.
Damn.
I think so. I went down. I still have a lot of stems from when I was down there when I moved home. What I had, but then Desiree and I went down there for. I think it was the day that we went down to talk to Throne about my contract, and I hit up Scott and I went by, and I bought 12 sets of my bars. I bought a bunch of stems, bottom brackets, headsets, like pretty much just whatever was on those little racks that they had.
Yeah.
I just kind of went through and I grabbed a bunch of whatever. More so like for personal bikes, just
right, of course.
I've ridden these parts. I know that they work.
Yeah.
It's also just to have.
Yeah, just to have, exactly. So my handlebars, right now handlebars, the BrokeBoyz bars, the 2-piece are actually my purple LDG Santos bars that
like same geo?
we cut in half. Huh?
What do you mean? Like they're same geo?
So I cut them in half. I went up 4 inches and I went out 4 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the handlebar is.
Sick.
So
Not bad.
When I say I cut them in half, we really cut them in half.
Oh shit!
And re-welded them.
What the fuck?
And that was my sample handlebar. So that's legitimately my purple LDG bar.
Fuck
and
yeah.
I was doing
so sick.
So that's me jumping over Todd Lyons on those prototype bars. And that's when I was on Throne. Like I jumped a 10 stair. This is a pretty cool photo. If it'll focus. That's Slum.
Oh, sick. Yeah. Send me all
Right
these
there.
so I can put them on the screen.
I'll send you all these. Yeah, so the handlebars I prototyped for 7 months.
Damn,
until I got exactly what I wanted. I went through 6 different bars. And then we released the first set. The first box of handlebars came in February 2019. And I've sold out of my house around 2,000 sets of handlebars.
What the fuck?
Congrats, man. Congrats, man. That's
no
sick.
website. Instagram, Facebook. I've sold to 6 bike shops, and those 6 bike shops together have maybe bought 120 sets of bars.
So it's mostly the direct to customer.
Oh yeah, and like I don't have pirate ship or any of that. Like everything is, I have address labels. I have a Sharpie and all my shit. So like if you were to order from J-Ball, you've seen when I've sent you, packages for the contest for prizes. Like everything that you buy from me is a handwritten, like you're buying direct from me. There is no, oh, well, maybe someone else is packing these. Like everything is coming directly from my garage.
That's real rider owned DIY shit.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Let's go back just a little bit. I want to touch on the name, the KAOS versus the Hammer. Why did the name change?
You'd have to talk to Brad about that one. I was all about the KAOS, but I think LDG changed it because I think Brad was pissed when it came out because we were all about the KAOS.
Was Brad even? I thought Brad stopped riding for them by the time it came out.
The time it came out, so maybe that's what it was. I'd have to ask Brad because when it came out, they kind of were like, I didn't have a say in it. It was just, hey, the Hammer's coming. And I'm like, all right,
After
the
marketing
fork was stupid. The fork was dumb. Yeah, the tank fork was dumb. The Geo on the fork was, if that would have been a round tube fork, that would have been the best fork in the game.
It'd be great. It was, yeah.
What the fuck?
Hey, it's kind of
they
like
expect me to ride it.
It's kind of iconic now, though.
Oh, it is. There's dudes in Bikelife now who are like, I didn't know that you designed this fork, and I'm like, well, hold on, kinda. Yes, that square tubing, I did not, Yeah, and the thing, like, when they came, all right, here's your frame and fork, and I'm like, like, I'm not. I'll ride a Fu Manchu. I'll ride a smaller tire.
Like, who the fuck ordered this?
Yeah. That was the reason that ordering was the reason that my signature frame got canceled too. They wanted sales on the large hammers to go up. I'm like, dude, there's only 5 guys that are over 6 foot that ride fixed gear. Like, we can't, when 150 of each size bikes are ordered,
That doesn't work.
you got to order more of the smaller sizes. And I learned this, I learned it then and I put it into ordering now. When I order clothing, you don't order 15 of every size shirt. Those middle sizes. So same thing with the bikes, the small and mediums. Yeah, those are going to sell, but the largest. So it was an interesting week when all that went down with the frame cancel and all that.
Legend says that there are still large hammers in the warehouse.
Oh, I believe it, dude. I want to go through the warehouse. I want to go through the shed behind LDG because my cutter, my Maxway, and one of my loggers are still down there. So I don't have my first 3 bikes.
Damn. But there's no way they're still in that shed behind LDG.
Yeah. Oh, well, I know one of the sheds, I think Scott said, was still being used for their storage, and then the other one was the workshop. But I don't know. I haven't. I need to just pull up down there
Worth a try.
Pull up to the new LDG and go through that whole thing. Dude, I had a whole 50 down there that somehow is gone.
A whole 50 what?
Dirt bike.
Oh.
Yeah.
I bought a 50 down there, and me and Congo were jumping it and lighting stuff on fire in the parking lot. And yeah, it was crazy. I was doing jump to motor grinds on the ledges that we had there.
That's so sick.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds all right for you guys.
I would love to go through the LDG warehouse now, soon. Is it still there? Do you know?
Upstairs.
Huh?
I want to go upstairs. The downstairs stuff, that's all the newer, that's where all the frames and all the bike parts are. I want to go up top where the Hurley bikes are and, all the limited stuff. These I got on one of my last trips down there. I asked Scott if I could have them. And he's like, I got to check with Eric. And so that was in the San Diego. I don't know what it's just a creek, or I don't know if it's a river or what it is. That was shot by Matt Lingo, and then this was I don't know if you remember that company Virus, who was doing the underwear and it was before Ethica.
They're big into fight sports now.
Yeah, so that was before. I think it was Under Armour and then Virus, and then Ethica was kind of the order that it. But I was riding for them for a while, and that was shot by them. But yeah, Eric gave me those. I don't know how much else is there or what I'd be able to get. But I'd like to have,
cool
I don't know where my first prototype of my sprocket is.
Yeah.
The coffin sprocket.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that was your, a Jakob signature.
So we were supposed to have two components. The coffin sprocket and then a stem that was shaped as a coffin.
Oh.
But a 22.2 stem because I got a signature stem that I have to ride shims to ride my new signature bars on.
Well, I thought the red. I thought the red one was 22 too.
So the red stem, all of the stems were 20. No. All the red stems, or all of the LDG stems were 25.4. The bars, the only bars that were 22.2 were the purple ones.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the red, black, and white bars were 25.4. So I had to run shims for, I had some NS, the yellow NS bars that were, I don't know what.
Those are cool.
But the stems would always slip. So
I also rode shims.
Yeah.
Because I had this stem with all city bars, but I think the bars were so low that they never slipped.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
I still have those yellow bars too.
That's cool. Those are good bars. They looked really sick on that purple bike.
Remember yeah, they did. They looked.
Yep, there they
are. They look really sick on
that
purple
dude.
bike.
There it is, dude. Look at him.
Yeah, you had an Oakley sponsorship. That's right.
I did. So
It.
that one came from one of my dad's friends that he skated with and like rode BMX with as kids. Hit my dad up and was like, "Hey man, I work for Oakley and I see that your kid's like sponsored doing like fixie stuff. How do I get a hold of him?" So SF Bike Expo was coming, and I think it was the one where I was on my Dirkus. Corey came up for it.
Is that Battle at the Palace?
I think so.
I remember that. There's no footage from it, but there's pictures.
Yo, if you go to my mom's Facebook and there's hundreds of pictures, dude. Like my mom, that was the cool thing about my parents coming to the contest. My mom shot pictures for my brother's Pop Warner football team. So Fixie, like all these contests started coming up, and my mom was like in there with her camera.
That's so sick.
Fucking covering
She was
it.
on it.
But I met up with him there, and he's like, "Hey man," he gave me. It was a limited like collab that Oakley did colorway. It was the white and blue, and he gave me 2 sets of glasses and grips that were like part of the set, and then it became a monthly like sponsorship. I would go through their website and just send them a list, sick. And dude, there was days that like and the cool thing when Jesse and I moved down south, what a lot of people didn't realize was Jesse wasn't sponsored, but Jesse went with me everywhere and Jesse rode with me everywhere. So Jesse had a Hurley budget.
That's so sick.
Jesse had an Oakley budget. So like we would go to these places and like, yeah, so my budget with Hurley was 1,000 and Jesse got 500. So it was like they would, I don't know, pro and am.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to look at it like that.
Yeah.
Jesse was a low key killer
he was.
So, Jesse, I was just talking to one of my photographers from Long Beach, Lance Simpson, and he was like, "So your brother rides too?" And I'm like, "Yes and no." And I'm like, when we rode fixed gear, we would get to a contest, and Jesse's like, "I'm not riding today." I'm like, "Well, your bike's here." I'm not. I don't want to compete. Like, I'm good. And then, the AM contest would come up. A few people would ride. And then all of a sudden, Jesse Santos. And he'd look at me like, dude. But every contest that I entered Jesse in, he would podium.
Yeah, he won. He won Bunny House for breast cancer.
Yeah, he won that one.
Damn.
He won the Brad's, the Narbecue.
Yeah.
He won the amateur one for that. It was crazy because, like... he's one of 5 people to land a backflip on a fixed gear.
Yeah.
And he's done it 3 times. Like, yeah, dude, it's crazy. I didn't even land it. I didn't do a foam pit. And then we went and I'm like, I broke my ankle in a foam pit when I was younger. So I'm like, I'm good off of foam pits. And then we go and he's like, did 2 into the foam pit. And he's like, all right, I got it. And I'm like, what? He did it on our Woodward West trip. I think it was with, oh man, I think it was for Fixed America. He did one there and then he did another one in Woodward Tahoe with Josh Silva and I. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. I'm like, dude, like, let's go. But that was the cool thing is when I got a fixed gear, I got him a fixed gear.
Yeah.
So now like with skateboarding, we would enter Jesse, like my dad said, we did a lot of contests and Jesse would enter every contest. But back then, every contest you entered was you got a swag bag. You got a bunch of free stuff just for entering. And then if you won, so there was one contest in Vegas where it was 26 people. Jesse got 25th, but he got like this huge bag of all this free stuff. So with Fixer, I'm like, dude, we're just going to keep doing this,
That's cool. You took him
but I traveled. Yeah, and I took him his first time out of the country. I took him to Portugal.
He had good clips. He had great clips.
Dude, he had really good clips out there. Every rail that he did there, he learned there.
It's fucking.
He had never done a rail before. Like he was a ledge grinder, and I don't know if you remember at that Bunny Hops for breast cancer, he did like that big. There was the kicker ramp, and he did that big gap to feeble grind, and then you remember he did a no footer into the ledge. Like step up into the ledge. So when we got to Portugal, I'm like, all right, we're gonna find a rail, and we went to one, and it was like maybe in between. It was like thigh height, and I'm like, all right, this is the one. And within 3 tries, he rode away from it. But then he did like a 10 or 12 star hubba out there too.
Dude, watching him ride though gets me nervous.
Oh, still
Squirrely,
to this day.
He's still
I don't know if
squirrely.
you could hear my photographer laughing because every time Jesse comes down from Oregon, I'm like, all right, we're going to go ride. Like, we're going to go film, you know, because when I post mine and his clips, like, they always do really well. And I'm like, and for me, that's my best friend.
Yeah.
I've been riding with him my whole life. So for us to still be able to do the same thing that we grew up doing, like, yeah, let's go ride. So I always push him, and then he ends up getting hurt, and he's like, I shouldn't have fucking rode with you. And I'm like, nah, dude, but we got the clips.
Yeah. Dude, when you both had your long hair, I thought there were 2 of you.
Yeah.
Like,
I had a lot of that. A lot of people thought we were twins. I had a lot of people convinced that we were cousins.
Okay.
why?
Yeah, a lot of people like, yo, you and your brother. I'm like, I don't have a brother, dude. Oh, my cousin. And they're like, what the fuck?
Just
Like,
a
yeah,
messer.
we have the same moms, but our dads are brothers. They're like,
Okay.
Yeah. we'd like kiss on the lips at contests and shit, like before I rode, and people would just be like, what the fuck is going on? But like I said, man, that dude's my best friend. Like,
Yes, sir.
you know,
That's
I
amazing.
wouldn't be doing what I am without him and my dad. That's for sure.
Yeah,
It's a blessing, man.
Isn't he like a fucking big deal in like the moto scene now?
Yeah, he's been all over the place. He's been probably 20 different states to fucking ride wheelies on a street bike.
Wow.
He was the first. So him and 2 of our buddies went to Jamaica, and our buddy that lives in Jamaica is Bob Marley's grandson.
Oh,
And
no big
so
deal.
when they went, like, Jesse was like, dude, I was nervous. Like, we were in, like, it was ghetto, it was grimy, but because he was with Biggs, they were treated like royalty. So Biggs set this up to where they were the first people to ride motorcycles on the Olympic velodrome,
Oh shit.
but they wheelied it on fucking motorcycles, dude. So yeah,
That's
he's also fallen in every state that he's ridden on the freeway. So there's that too. So I think he might be more known for that.
He eats shit.
But no, Jesse's a dope ass rider. He's different. He jumps his street bikes. You know, he'll find a fucking curb cut and like,
Yeah.
you guys know what a grom is, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like in the industrial area, you know, you got to pull into a parking lot, and the curb cut goes up into a big grass hill. So Jesse sent it off of one of those, which let's say it's 4 or 5 feet high, 15 feet out, probably 7 feet in the air on a grom. Yeah.
Dude.
It's dope, man. Being on my motorcycle and riding with him and watching him do all the tricks. I'm assuming that's what it's like for him when we go and ride bicycles.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like being on the freeway while your brother's dancing from his back pegs to his gas tank to scraping his feet on the ground. Like, it's super scary and nerve wracking, but it's so sick.
I could never even imagine what that feels like.
That's
Let's get back to you here. We're already like an hour in.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
No, you're good. No, this is
talking?
why it's called off track. This is what the fuck we do.
Yeah,
So we're good.
we get off track. It also works for motorcycles off track. Anyways,
Boom.
I want to get back to like LDG time when you started like pulling away from LDG. So you were supposed to have that signature frame. It never came out, and then you left for SKYLMT. What happened with LDG?
Hi, Jacob. I promise it wasn't on purpose.
No, it's all right, dude. They already told me that you don't really like me, so it's cool.
What? That's such a
Yeah.
lie.
We already talked about it for like 10 minutes, so
That's such a
all
lie.
good.
All right.
But I agreed with all the reasons they said why you didn't like me, so that's all the reasons I don't like myself.
All right. So
I thought he didn't like me back in the day because I was just a young kid.
You guys are putting words in my mouth. That's crazy.
I always knew that Jacob liked me.
Yeah.
Did you say I didn't like you, Pizza?
Well, I just thought I was just like one of the kids that you were like, because there was one time, this is a story that I have in my head ever since, but there was that
God.
Summer Fixed. and I forget what I was doing, but I was riding around when they were doing like warm-ups, and like you told me to move. You were like, I feel like this is just a loving way you would say this, but you're like, move the fuck out the way, fat fuck. And I was like, got it, chief.
Damn, dude.
Brutal.
I might have fucking said that, but I
was like,
I said
it's
it out of
fine.
love.
Yeah, no, for
You know
sure.
what's crazy?
Because like,
before we go into the LDG thing, so I posted a video the other day, or it was a few years ago. Remember, and that kid commented from, "Oh well, I see you're doing all this good stuff, but I remember at Summer Fix after Summer Fix we did the street contest, the street jam, whatever you want to call it.
Man Up, or not Man Up. It was it was Deadwood.
It wasn't Man Up.
Man Up was in NorCal. This was by Kenny though, but I can't remember what it was called.
So he's like, I got a flat on that ride, and someone was trying to help me with tools, and you yell, "We don't stop for flats, let's fucking go." And I'm like, bro, you held on to this for 12 years to comment it on my YouTube? Like,
that is crazy.
So I was like, if you get a flat, I'll help you fix it, bro. Like, I'm sorry I said that, but I said what was here, and sometimes
but it's okay, because I was being like probably a shit kid, and I was probably snaking the fuck out of you, not even thinking about it. So like, I probably deserve it.
Because J-Ball's seen me at mini contests. Like before a contest, like I'm not one to like, I don't sit and just roll here. Like I'm riding before the contest, like it's the contest.
Yeah.
And that's where, like, I mean, probably shouldn't have called you fat fuck.
No, you're good. You're good. It happened. It was in the heat of the moment, so I totally understand. But yeah, I was like, he probably just doesn't like it. And I think there was the times that maybe
I never not liked you.
It sounds like Jacob is just a menace at Summer Fix. Was a menace at Summer Fix.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I guess so. It was probably that same year.
Honestly, I feel like. No, you're good. You're like, I feel like I came up and probably rubbed you the wrong way because you were trying something really gnarly, and I don't blame you for that.
That's what it was. You were like, you were launching your shit off the quarter in the corner. You were trying to get like the highest wall ride, and I'm looking at a picture of it right now where you're.
So we went on a SE ride this last, I don't know when it was, when we went through Venice, but I went and stood there on my pedals, and I put my hand up like as high as I could, and it wasn't even like. I couldn't even get anywhere near there.
Great. Yeah, look at the photo right now.
It was bills or bust.
Bills or bust. And I don't know. I walked away with over $200 from that. I don't know if they did a first, second, or third, but I'm calling that I won that fucking comp. My tooth hangover on that fucking outledge won me that contest.
You know what's crazy? There's zero footage from it.
I know.
There's only two photos.
I have a picture. I have a picture of that. Of me on the tooth hangover. And then we remember the ledge I showed you when we were down there on the prototype? And like the ledge stops before the stairs end. Yeah. So you like go, yeah. Deacon, I'm here with my photographer, Roadkill.
What
That's
up?
like he's looking over talking to.
Good,
no, you're good. You're good.
He's doing baseball shit right now.
Oh my God.
I just want to say, Jacob, I love that like you are somebody who can be instigated just like J-Ball. Like both of you guys, like if I'm standing there and I see you trying something, I could literally be like, bro, do it right now. And you literally like have that look in your eye where you're like, you believe in me? I fucking got this shit.
I think that's, I don't know if, is it a strength or a weakness, because we'll be out somewhere like in the NorCal contest that was up here in Concord. And Desert like, just take it easy. And then I'm out there riding with you guys, and I go to try something once, and 4 people are like, "Yo, you got it!" And I look over, and she's like, "We're not." I'm already bleeding. I took a big chunk out of my heel. First trick of the fucking thing. Dude, I had a bar spin, and my foot got stuck in my peg, and I just ripped a chunk out of my heel.
I remember.
Yeah. All right.
You got broke off trying to nosy there too.
I did get broke off trying to nose. I did the nose, but I got broke off trying to nosy. Yeah, I did. And then someone had to nose bar it.
I don't know who did that. That's fucked up.
Yeah, some jerk, dude.
Imagine doing that to an elderly guy who just did a regular nose.
Dude, did you watch his entire run against Booth?
Don't
brutal.
Bring this up.
That was so brutal.
Oh my God.
It wasn't on purpose.
I love bringing this story up.
It wasn't on
He
purpose.
literally was like, dog, sit down, bro. It's fine. I'm just gonna trick every obstacle you just slammed on.
I was so hyped to ride that park, and then I got there and I was like, damn, I forgot. Every time I come here, I'm stoked, and then I get here and I'm like,
But,
I liked
park.
it. I thought it was fun.
I
yeah,
feel like
saw.
that
saw
park is
Vicky.
sick, and I'm sad I was hurt and I couldn't ride it because that shit would have been like, dude, everything was
I
like
think
the
I rode your
perfect
scooter at
invention.
that park too.
Dude.
Yeah.
We were beasting.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Are we good to tell the
We're
reason?
We're good. Yeah,
Or
I had to ask wife and kid. All right.
Okay.
So the week I left LDG, a lot of things in 6 days transpired. I was unaware that I had a 3-year-old here in NorCal. So June 4th, we got the DNA test back that James was mine. The original plan was Desiree and James were going to move in with me at the apartment that Johnny Coward and I were living in. They were going to move down there with me, and 2 days later, they canceled my signature frame. But in the same week, we had a meeting, and I had brought Johnny on, and it wasn't anything against Johnny. It was the way that they kind of went about it. They kind of cut my pay and gave Johnny like a shop manager pay position, and I had already been there for like over 2 years. And then the apartment that we were living in, it got weird. So with just all within this week, like everything that I was planning and like stoked on, like, dude, I just found out I had a kid and I was pumped.
Your whole world
I got
got kind of
3-year-old,
flipped.
bro. I'm fucking pumped. And then you're gonna hit me with my frames canceled. So I hit my parents up and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, obviously I'm not gonna be able to afford this apartment anymore. You know, it's not gonna work. Can I move home? And they're like, yeah, figure something out for here. So I hit up my uncle, who was opening a skate shop next door to his tattoo shop, and I was like, look, you wanted me to move up to run this for you? What's up? And he's like, well, yeah, my partner has a nephew or something that he wants to run it with whoever I have running it. So if you move back, you guys run it together. But in the meantime, you could work at the tattoo shop and you'll set up for, tattoo artists. So I had like, the tray where everything's set up. I did that before your tattoo. So I'm like, all right, cool. I hit up Colby and I'm like, yo, I'm leaving LDG. What's good with riding for SKYLMT? Because I'd already filmed a bunch with him, and I was wearing SKYLMT shirts and whatnot. And he was like, yeah, So June 4th, I got the message, or DNA test. And June 10th, I was packed up and back at my parents' house.
Oh, wow. 6 days.
Yeah, 6 days. So like I said, in that week, it was just like a whole bunch of stuff transpired, and it was like, I said I would never move back to NorCal. How old was I?
Yeah, at that time. Say like
24.
That is yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, just all right. Before the kid, I'm hyped, bro. I got my 26 frames coming. We just designed a fork. Like my sprockets 6-8 months ago just went into into production. Like things are going good. Well, what just happened?
Yeah.
Well, the frame sales on the 700 large hammers didn't do well, and we need to move those. I'm like, so this is never gonna happen.
That was not your fault either.
Yeah, no, not at all. I wasn't a part of ordering or anything, So, what's interesting is my first hammer frame, prototype frame, is the one that I cut into for a 26. That was the first one I cut into a 26 because it was a little bit of a different geometry.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And at this point in your life,
I'll have that one.
At this point in your life, were you living off of fixed gear and biking completely?
Oh, 100% was living off of fixed gear.
Wow.
That was my profession.
You're making Fixie money.
I was making Fixie money. And I mean, like, I might not have been getting paid by Hurley, but I was getting 1,000. So I think when I left, they bumped me up to $1,200 a month in clothing product. And at that time, I don't know if you ever went. Yeah, you went to Hurley to ride J-Ball, no?
Yeah, a couple times.
So in the store, it was Hurley, but then Hurley was owned by
Converse, Nike.
Converse and Nike are sister companies. So there was Converse shoes, there was Nike SBs, there was Nike 6.0. So like I really didn't like I spent money on food, but I had a restaurant sponsor downtown. I rode for second floor. So I had $500 drinks a month and I had unlimited food.
That's so what a restaurant
so, like,
sponsor.
you were just chilling. Yeah, you were legit just chilling.
Yeah, so like a lot of my photos in the book, I have a second floor hoodie on.
Sick.
And not one person, unless you've been downtown Huntington Beach, would know what that was.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Even living here, I didn't know what that was while you were wearing the hoodies.
Yeah, but like when I moved home, I got the Steven Jensen frame and bars, and the Stevens frame had the seat post.
Yeah.
Like the pivotal in the frame.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say, man, Colby and I filmed for a couple of months, and we dropped my like welcome home edit, and then I filmed a few other edits while I was up here.
Colby filmed your welcome home edit?
No, sorry. What we filmed didn't come out. What we filmed to the day would probably still hang with the edits that are coming out now.
You're telling me you have a whole unreleased edit? Duh.
On a yeah.
Oh, that kills
Well,
me.
yeah, we'll leave it there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Oh
Oh,
no.
bro. Yeah, there was. I'll just tell you one of the spots was, I crooked a 16 stair rail and then double pegged a 22. That was like it was like parking lot levels, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like this edit that I was filming would still like
hold up.
If it came out right now, it would be up to par with what's coming out.
Damn. Yeah. I was.
Yeah.
You were talking about filming with Colby. I'm like, I've only ever seen one clip of you with Colby. It was the American Icon commercial, and
you know what? We actually just walked that marina where I shot that photo and that clip, and I stole that rail after I did it.
what?
I went back and I was like, I'm gonna put this in front of my house. Like I'm gonna fucking mount it and like I'm gonna have this workout rail. And it's funny because they put a new rail in, but they put it the other way. And I was like, I should come back. I told Desiree last night, I was like, I should come back and double peg bar this just because.
I thought you were gonna say I should steal that one too.
Yeah, well, maybe. I was telling her, I'm like, I might put like an insert on like along the sidewalk, like the Fixie factory rail, and just have a rail that I could put in and take out.
That'd be sick.
That's
I don't know, maybe.
sick.
Who knows? Yeah.
So sick.
So then you get put on SKYLMT, and then you kind of finished out the first part of your career on SKYLMT.
Yeah, I did. The bicycle part for me so what honestly took me out of fixed gear, RedBull riding style, was it 14? Was the last year they did it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I took third, and I got a pair of Oakleys.
Dude, I took second and I got a pair of Oakleys.
I rode for Oakley.
That's fucked up.
I don't fucking need this pair of glasses. Like the year before, Kenny almost killed himself
For a pair of glasses,
Yeah.
essentially.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're out here and bro, this is Red Bull. Like, we're out here fucking busting our asses, like,
yeah,
trying to double peg that announcer's booth, you know? Like, there was big shit that was going on, and I want a pair of glasses. And I was already in the process of opening the skate shop, so it was like, we got kind of screwed over on the frames that we were doing. I'll leave that there.
Yeah.
And so business-wise, it was just like, you know, it doesn't make sense. And contest-wise, it was like, you know, where was it going? Where was Fixie going?
Yeah.
And I hate that that's what it came to, because when we started, the only drink company that was in fixed gear was Star Nectar.
Yeah. I remember.
And now it's Red Bull. All right, sick. Red Bull, that's going to be fucking sick. You would think that first, let's say it's a $5,000 pot, 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. First place is $1,000, and then a pair of glasses for second and third. And it's like, what are we out here doing this for? And I had done, if we go trips, contests, sponsors, I don't know whose resume would match with what I did in fixed gear, if that makes sense. Not to sound cocky, like I did everything, but really, if you look at where I started from, how soon I got sponsored, how soon I went on my first trip, the trips that I went on. Dude, I've been to 32 states for fucking fixed gear.
It's crazy. Yeah. You had a really impressive list of sponsors at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think anybody else had big Hurley, Oakley fucking sponsor. Boothby had Red Bull, but
yeah. And that one still hurts me, because I brought Red Bull up. I talked to Aaron Lutzy. I got that from my contact at Oakley. I had the meeting.
Oh, no.
Boothby and I went, and it was going to be us. I moved to SoCal. SoCal Red Bull didn't see it.
Oh.
So I moved, and it was like,
Lost
hell yeah,
chance.
I'll talk to Red Bull down here. Fuck it. No, we don't really see it with Fixie here. And I'm like, all right. So,
Oh my God.
yeah, bro. So and I love what Boothby got to do with it. And I love that they stuck to their word with him. But a lot of people don't know that certain companies that sponsor you are regional. So us riding for Resist back in the day, Resist will sponsor someone from anywhere because it's a parts company, but
Yeah.
Red Bull has different regions. Rockstar has different regions. I had one meeting with Rockstar, and it sounded like it was going somewhere, and then the guy left, and whoever came in just didn't see it. So, I mean, it is what it is. It was a bummer, like I said, that one still hurts a little bit, but
That was a big,
I'm stoked with what he got to do for it.
You had to do more back
So-
amps, bro.
Yeah, if I know. I guess so.
We're coming up on time, but there are some things I really need to get into before we end this.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say, I don't even know how many things on your list we talked about.
We've
Still
covered
so many
covered
things.
nothing.
Cool.
All right.
I wanna hear-
green laser incident.
Wait, before before Green Laser, I want to hear about Death of Barcelona. What was that
Okay.
trip like? What was up with all the injuries?
So
Any stories?
before the trip, Ed calls me on Tuesday. I'm in Barcelona. I'm with Jason. We're shooting for a book, and obviously we're filming, And Ed's like, "I'm here for 2 weeks. Fly out." I'm like, "Oh, bro, well, I need time." So I look into it, and he called me on Tuesday. I flew out on Thursday.
Sick. Wow.
So I get there, and I mean, you guys have seen the clips, and I went in on the days that I was there, but on day 4 out of 11 I was supposed to be there, I broke my ankle.
Broke it bad.
We were at a rail that was flat, and then went down the stairs, and I didn't even double peg it, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking ride the top and go in. I'm gonna double peg the top and then just roll the double peg in. So I hopped on it, hopped off. Second try, hopped on it, and my wheel coming towards the down, I hit the support, and it bucked me over the handlebars, and I landed in the stairs with my ankle sideways. I actually think that photo is in here.
Dude, are there more copies of that book that exist anywhere?
So these names here, that was it.
Wow.
That was all they got, the books.
Spelled your name wrong.
I know they did. But what's really cool about this book is
Lino of book 001. Wow.
Whoa.
And there's your broken ankle.
Yep.
Oh.
So I call my dad. That's me on the phone. Ed's watching the clips, and that's me on the phone with my dad. And I called him, like, not even realizing, it's like 4:00 in the morning here. And he's like, why are you calling? I'm like, I'm on my way to the fucking hospital, dude. So Ed's like, I got you, dude. I got your back. Double pegs this, and he's all, I'm going to tooth hanger it. And I'm like, all right, sick, Gets bucked over the handlebars, dislocates his shoulder. We rode in the fucking ambulance to the hospital together, and we're in the beds next to each other. I have a photo on my phone of him getting a shot in his ass.
Oh my God, dude.
Like in the same hospital room, dude. So I sat in a hostel for 6 days and then flew out, that next night or whatever it was.
Wow.
So that's Barcelona. Like, the trip was amazing. The riding I got to do was amazing. But then, like, Ed wanted to stay and kick back with me. But I'm like, bro, like, I'm good. I got my laptop. Like, I got headphones, go do your guys' thing. So it was a bummer. But both of my out of the country trips, that one and the Thailand video were the same thing. Ed called me on a Tuesday and I flew out Thursday. Thailand was crazy though. Thailand was not a good time for Ed, but I had a blast.
Why was it not a good time for Ed?
Ed was in the middle of his shit while he was there. And I think him being there was kind of a getaway. And for me, like we said with the whole contest thing, when I go to ride, like,
yeah,
they wanted to go to the clubs and they wanted to, I came, let's ride. So I got to ride with him. I didn't put it this way. I didn't get to ride with Ed as much as I would have liked to have while we were out there.
Dude, you got so many clips out there.
I did.
That video is good.
Yeah.
Was that the first time you met
I got
Doo?
a lot. No, Doocan. Was it for Shredwell?
Yeah.
I don't know. It might have been the first time I met him. I don't know, honestly. I came home with a new sponsorship. That was tight.
Saudio?
I left Resist for Saudio in Bangkok they took me to a huge, like, bro, it was like a 6 foot by 6 foot square table that just, like, there was 30 dishes and we had this huge meeting and Ed was like, so you're leaving you're leaving Resist now? And I'm like, fuck, I don't know, I gotta, and he's all, nah, like, we're gonna ride for Saudio together. And I'm like, all right, so I ended up coming home with hella parts, and I think I left my whole bike except for my frame, fork, and wheels. I brought home. Everything else stayed in Bangkok. I took it off at the bike shop and just gave it away.
I totally forgot you rode for Saudio.
Yeah, so I rode for Resist and then Saudio, and then Saudio kind of got stagnant, and
Spike.
I rode for Spike. Yeah. Oh, I also got hooked up by X Life.
What the fuck?
Jesse was sponsored by X Life.
I didn't know that.
And yeah, Jesse had a part sponsor from X Life. So whatever parts they made, I actually just saw it on Facebook. It was a picture on our bed, and it was all of Jesse's like X Life parts that he had got from them.
Yeah.
You and Steven are like the only two riders to hit all three sponsorships of fixed gear parts. Yeah. Resist, Saudio, and Spike.
Yep. Spike was good. I still run a Spike hub on I just took the wheels off, but that was my wheel set before I got my new ones built, was a Spike, a red Spike rear and a black Spike front.
Damn.
Yeah,
you know what rims they were?
They made quality parts. What was that?
You know what rims they were?
I didn't think Spike made rims.
Resist.
Oh. They're protos.
Yeah.
Protos.
Only you.
I don't even know how I got those.
Only you and
No,
Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get the chrome ones. Jacob, hook me up.
No, I have the black ones that it was. Remember the
Aw.
Resist decal, the
Yes.
the die cut one. It was the rim with that big ass sticker on the rim.
So
They were
sick.
pretty round, right?
Yeah, they were like a P35,
Yeah, that's what I
but I
thought.
feel like they were taller.
Oh,
Like the hump
Yeah.
was taller.
They were sick.
Yeah, they were like a P35s basically, right? Is it?
Yeah.
Or they were pretty.
That's actually the wheel I just had to take off. This is a P35. It's got a 6-inch flat spot somewhere on it.
those are
Let's
not
see the
strong
seam.
rims.
Show off the seam.
I saw the dent.
The
I just
seam?
saw the dent. It's not
It's
bad.
separated. So there's a
Yep.
dent there.
Sick.
There's a dent there.
Oh my god.
And a dent there.
You just have
Yeah.
to look at P35s the wrong way and they dent.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that they would get like the pressure.
Psycho was still. I wish Psycho was still a rim because that
Oh,
was
man.
my like that rim held up for me.
top tier
Um,
take right there.
All right, what's
Yeah.
next?
Midwest Mayhem 2, two things. Green laser situation and the butt dart.
Good stories.
So Green Laser was Boofy shining it out the window.
Of a car?
Nope, we were in Antonio's apartment, or yeah, I guess apartment. We get a knock on the door, and it's Milwaukee PD or whatever, whoever it is, and everyone's hiding, and it's just Antonio and I that went to the door, and everybody's like in the back, so we go to talk, and I can't remember how much the fine was, but I had to pay, and I'm like, Boofy, dude, like, I drove so the trip was me, Beto, Mike Din, Matt Montoya, and Boofy. And I'm like, bro, like I want to say I paid like $400 to $700 to help with this citation because I don't know if he shined it into a cop's light or window or how it went down, but yeah, it's shining out the window and then all of a sudden Milwaukee PD and we're like, dude, yeah. So Antonio and I go out, and I had to.
Why did
I
you
mean, I didn't
have to pay?
but I didn't. But that was me. I'm not gonna let Antonio get fucked. I was
Yeah.
hoping the Boofy would have. Maybe I should hit him with an invoice. J-Ball, can you write me up an invoice to hit him with?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So he didn't want to pay whatever. But also on the way to Milwaukee, we stopped. And Montoya and I were the only ones awake. And I was hungry and I got off, saw a building with a sign. So I'm like, all right, let's go check. It was not a gas station. It was not a liquor store. It was a sex shop. So Montoya and I go in and I'm like, dude, it would be hella funny if we bought a dildo and just got pictures of it with like everyone sleeping. So I had at Antonio's, like I took it in my bag in the house and I had at the time, I don't know what phone it's on or where they are, but I had like 15 pictures of people sleeping, mouth open with this dildo like on their lips.
That's fucking funny.
I think Mike Din was the best one. Cause I don't know if you ever saw Mike Din sleep, but he was like a very big mouth open sleeper.
Oh my
And I thought it was
Did
pretty
someone
funny.
draw a dick on his face too?
Yeah. He had a lot of dick on his face that weekend.
Yeah. It seemed like him and Corey got bullied. That trip.
Corey, I think
Didn't you pour ketchup
know
on
if-
Corey?
I did. I filled his seat tube with ketchup.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I think
That's
I
right. He
think
did.
filled my
That's
pockets
right, he
of my
did.
hoodie. He filled
Oh,
my
no.
pockets with ketchup. Yeah,
my
but I think I did pour it on him when he was sitting on the couch. That house was so fucked, dude. Like, there was absolutely no reason for all of us to be staying in there. And it was the same when we went to New York for the first Bicycle Film Festival. The one where I know you wanted to ask why I was naked so much.
Yep.
Where that was filmed.
Your bike check with just your fucking dick tucked
just
away.
my pants around my ankles and tucked. Yeah, I just showed that to my family. Desiree had seen it before, but I showed it to kids, and they were like,
Nice.
"What the?" Like,
Where's my dad?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
But yeah, it was the same thing, dude. We all stayed at Ed and
Sick.
Mike's house out there, and that was the dopest part about Fix Here though, was like no matter where we went, like Silky and I drove up to Utah and we stayed at Evan and Isaac's house for like almost a week during my Fixed America, and like it was just, the community was so dope. Just wherever you went, there was somewhere to stay or someone to like ride with or kick it with.
Yeah, I think the scene itself is such a big part of why everybody liked it so much, and like,
yeah,
that's what keeps me
well,
around.
It's crazy. All right, we'll get back to the blow dart. So there's a blow dart there, and I don't know how, why, or what, but I agreed, and Antonio shot me in the ass with a blow dart.
That's so crazy that just was there.
Well, and it's like, dude, the darts were like going into sheetrock and like into couches, and like he's all, let me shoot you, or however it came about, and I'm like, all right, pulled my pants down and just took like, probably had drywall dust on it.
Yeah.
To my ass cheek. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Nice and sanitary.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
you know.
man. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that was a fun trip. Like I said, we drove to that one. I've driven to more contests and like areas to ride than I have flown.
Big road trip guy.
I am a road trip guy. I like it, and I don't like other people driving on road trips. So like I'll power through, like I'll drive 10, 12 hours, and then we're going to pull over and I'm going to sleep for a little bit, and then we'll get back on the road. Like depending on who's in the car. After that trip, Boothby will never drive me anywhere. I woke up to, we were drifting in the snow and he was asleep, and I'm like, bro, what? I don't know when he fell asleep, how, like I woke up and looked and we were sideways, and I'm like, pull the fuck over, dude. That trip though, we drove through snow, we drove through a tornado, like it was crazy, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
We drove that LDG drove to the All City contest.
Matt came with you guys, right? Matt and Gus.
Yeah, Matt. It was Matt, Brad, myself, Sean Coates, I think.
Gus?
And then someone from LDG drove, and then, you know, we met up with everybody out there.
Sick.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Matt's face on that trip.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, that was gnarly.
Yeah, and then I feel like I also saw a lot of clips of you driving the Chrome van for that Seattle trip.
Yeah, I was definitely one of the main ones to drive the Chrome van up to Seattle, home from Seattle. I actually missed my cousin's funeral to go on that trip.
Damn.
My cousin's funeral was the day we left, and everyone was like, dude, just leave tomorrow or leave tonight. And I didn't want to see a lot of the people that were going to be at the funeral. And I knew, like, I was going up with Ed and Devon, and, you know, at the time, Ed was my right hand.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, double handrails in San Jose, 20-something stair handrail. I'm on the left rail. He's on the right rail. Side by side, we took it. Like, that was my fucking dude.
Yeah, you guys were together for a lot of your guys' career, it seems like.
Almost everywhere I've been out of the country and state has been with Ed.
Wow.
Or because of Ed.
Yeah.
Oh, the Chrome van. So I didn't want to go to the funeral because I didn't want to see people. You know, it was a lot of, from what my mom had told me, a lot of like weed thrown onto the casket, and like bottles and syrup poured onto it, and like,
oh god.
But that's not how that's not how I'm gonna remember him. Like, we have our times. So we go on the trip, and yeah, dude, I drove a lot, and I got a lot of fucking clips on that trip too. I got like some banger clips on that trip. I just watched it the other day. Actually, I went through with the family. We watched a bunch of videos. I don't think the kids liked it, but I definitely had fun reminiscing on all of it.
Dad, do we have to watch your old bike videos?
Yeah, we get it. You're
Yeah,
old.
yeah, dude. And hold the flashlight better. That's not where I'm fucking
Yeah,
looking.
yeah, exactly.
Dude, that giant feeble 180 you did down that hubba.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
So that one, I was like so stoked watching it, and like they just didn't care. Like,
That's
fuck
funny.
yeah.
All right, we're just about out of time here, so I've said that already, but I really want to get into how you transitioned into like becoming this big wheel BMX fucking superstar.
Like I said, bikes were done for me 2014, and I was back on the skateboard. Had a indoor skate park in Hayward with a skate shop that I was running as a music venue, doing hardcore shows at as well. And skating I'd picked up a deck sponsor, local deck sponsor, shout out Vaquero. And I seen Block Boy on the throne. And like, I've known Block Boy for forever. Like my mom still has her Niggas with Fixies t-shirt, you know, like that just NWF fucking NWA logo, you know? So I'm like, oh, throne. All right. You know, I've hit up Todd jokingly a few times, like, hey, send me a Big Ripper. You know, my parents had Big Ripper and PK Ripper. So, and I knew Todd from riding for SE. So like, I didn't just meet him 6 years ago when I came into this scene, like I've known him. So, you know, I wasn't riding a bike. Desiree had a 26-inch OM Flyer that I filmed a couple wheelie clips. Like I wheelie through a Jack in the Box parking, like drive through. And I was like, thought that was tight. And it was like, you know, maybe 100-foot wheelie. And so I hit up Throne and I'm like, hey, I see you guys sponsor, you know, Block Boy. Like I've known him for a long time. I rode Fixie or Freestyle professionally. And one of the dudes that was an owner of Throne was like, hey, do you remember me? You stayed at my house when you, Boothby, and Johnny Coward came down to Mexico. And I'm like, which dude? And he said his name. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, yeah, what's up, man? And I'm like, well, I rode 700 fixed gear, and I was doing all this stuff on a fixed gear. If you guys want, send me a bike, and I'll do it on, you know, on the big bike. And he's like, let me talk to the guys, and we'll see. And he hit me up 2 days later, and then within a week, I had a bike, and I was sponsored.
Sick. And you also, I just remembered too, you put the Freewheel on your SKYLMT for a little bit. So.
Yeah, I had a well, not a Freewheel, but yeah, I had a cassette on the on my SKYLMT for a little while, and then I got that Anthem. I got the Anthem frame set before what's his name fucked everybody in.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which time?
You talking about Paul or Brad?
Well, during Anthem that time. But I mean, I guess I never, like, bikes never stopped, because I went to, the other video I just watched was I think it was Harness the Narness up here.
Yeah.
And I rode that on my SKYLMT.
Yeah.
And then I rode a couple street BMX. I won a 20-inch. Kids were pissed. That's fucking cheating. He's on a bigger bike. It's easier to get on the rails. And I'm like, yo, you can ride my bike and show me how easy it is. So I did a few contests on the 26, and then, like I said, Throne hit me up, and I rode for them for a little over a year, and the contract meeting didn't go the way that, you know, I think they were at the time trying to get me to leave riding and come onto like the business side, like the sales, and get out there and do that. And I'm like, dude, I want to ride. Like, if I get hurt and I can't ride, yeah, we'll talk about it. But after the contract meeting, and it was kind of going south, and I did a music video shoot for, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Moonshine Bandits, but it's like super white trash rap. And this video was called Red, White, and Booze. And it was filmed at the Delta, which is not like a clean area for boats up here. Snapped my forks into 3 pieces. And I hit up, you know, the TM and the owner, and I'm like, hey, you know, just sent a picture. And the message I got back from the TM was, oh, make sure that doesn't get posted.
Oh,
Damn, don't want to, no one wanted to check or.
Yeah.
And the TM isn't there anymore, and the owner, I love Ike and what he did for me, the time I was there. But the TMs, I guess I clashed with, and I get a text for the next day from Todd. Hey, I saw your fork. Let me know if you need anything. And so now I get in my head, and I start like, if something starts to go bad, I just it. I need 5 people to talk to. Like I called. So Todd's like, let me know if you need anything. I'm like, all right, appreciate you reaching out. And I made like 5 phone calls, and I called Todd back, and I was like, I'm leaving Throne. You text me a little while ago. Text me on Christmas. What do we got to do to get you back on a Big Ripper or a SE? And I'm like, I didn't even text him back. And so he's like, I don't really have room on the team. And then I got a phone call a couple minutes later, and he's like, all right, here's what we could do. So I called Throne. I text Throne, a text like this long, and I left. And it was just like, but like I said, man, Ike, I love everything he did for me. He was great, but the shit I dealt with the TMs, like, I felt like that's all I had to give, and I mean, here we are.
Yeah. One of SE's, in my opinion, I feel like you're one of the biggest faces of SE.
I appreciate it. I know there was talks about a signature, and
ooh.
I know why it won't happen, and I understand it. And it goes back to the Showtime. Because I'm sure you guys remember how many of those were bought like later on. And like I said, it's like LDG ordered too many frames. They weren't going to sell. And so it's, it is what it is. I don't think if it wasn't for Fix Gear, I wouldn't be doing handrails and shit. And Deacon, to your point of J-Ball and I being so easily like pushed, I was looking that handrail photo that I did, the 16, the first one I had talked to you about right after I did it, J-Ball. I think you hopped on my live and we were talking about it. I was standing up there and I'm like, we rolled up to the spot and everybody's just wheeling on the flat ground, and I look and I'm like, I did a flat rail on the ride out because I just got this fork that took front pegs, and this whole time, no front pegs on my bikes. And I didn't realize I could run Sadio forks on these. I just, in my head, it didn't click. And so I could have been doing fucking handrails for the last 5 years if I would have just realized I have 29-inch forks. But I'm standing up there and I'm looking at it, and this dude was like, hey, man, you got it. Put my helmet on and go for it, And I'm like, I'm not going to do it in the helmet, And he's like, bro, put the helmet on. I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll put the helmet on. And I roll up a couple of times, and I have this, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, I have a really bad OCD, like, rolling up for tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
I tap my front peg on the side of the rail, and I have to stop the rail with my hand, and I do it a few times before I actually roll up. So I'll get a few good roll-ups, and then I'll do that, and it's like once I do that, I'm ready to go. So I never noticed how bad it was until I watched the documentary of Andrew Reynolds, and where he talks about, like, he taps his tail on the ground and then spins his board 3 times and then he goes. But he does it in between every trick. And I'm like, I have to get a couple of those in me. Any rail I do. Scare the shit out of photographers or people that are filming because they don't realize. I'll just hit the rail and they're like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, all right, I got it. Like, I got it. I'm going. But dude came up and he's all, bro, stop fucking looking at it. You got it. Just roll up and do it. And it was seriously a one and done. I did it. I fucking ghosted my bike and I fucked my prototype forks up because my bike went right. The only fucking pole in this yard my bike went into, and my forks came in.
Damn.
And they were shitty, destroy prototype forks. So they really bent. And, but yeah, I don't know. There's not many people that are riding my style. I wish more people would, but like I said, if it wasn't for fixed gear and riding track bikes that had way lower bottom brackets than, you know, way more fuck geometries than these big BMX bikes have now, I wouldn't be hopping on rails and doing all this shit that I am now.
Yeah, you're nuts. You're nuts for doing tricks on those, honestly. I cannot even 180 a big ripper to save my life. I don't know how you're doing tricks on it.
Yeah, I mean, fly out threes. I've threed some doubles at some dirt jumps. I have a list of like tricks that I want to do. I really want to do. I want like a slum tuck no.
Yeah.
I want to like pull one up and fucking get one of those.
Sick.
I have a couple of dirt jumps that I want to try that on.
The step up at sheep.
You know what? I've ridden sheep on fixed gear. And the only other time I got to ride it was during a trip to SoCal with SE, and the only bikes that they had there were the race bikes for the race team, so I wasn't allowed to ride it. I don't know if you guys know, I break shit, so they're like,
Keep this
you're
guy
not riding
off.
these ones. But there's a 16-inch little flyer. And I got, so on the landing of the step up to sheep, I got like all the way at the tip on a 16-inch, a foot plant, like fully extended foot plant on that.
Nice.
So that was cool. But no, I have a handful of tricks that I want to do. We have new trading cards coming out with SE right now. I just went and shot. I got I'm pretty happy with the photo that hopefully is the one that gets ran for it. I don't know. I just keep riding, and the only shitty part is I don't have anyone to ride with.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one. I mean, I'll go ride with like the fixed gear dudes, but big bike, like it's me and a photographer.
I thought there was a big scene out there.
There is, but J-Ball, you get with all the kids that do KAOS spins and go to the skate park. How hyped are you to ride that skate park? How hyped are you to hop on that handrail with 10 kids that are just doing nose pivot sliders? You know what I mean? That's where it's like,
You don't have
it's hard
anybody
to,
on your level to like push you.
yeah, I go out, I have a couple of photographers. I'd say the most, I go out with Roadkill and I throw in some headphones, and you know, he's very patient with me. Don't fucking smirk like that. He's very patient with me. Sometimes it takes me a minute to get the clip. I like to get a lot of one and dones, and that's when I have to be patient with him because he fired too soon or too late, and we got to reshoot it. But you know, I love it, dude. Even I've said it a bunch of times. If the sponsors left, I'll still be on my bike.
Yeah.
You know, I've been doing this my whole life. Like, this isn't something where I'm just gonna be done with. Like, when I stopped riding bikes, I started skating more.
So you'll always be on some kind of wheel
something,
device.
dude. If I get hurt, you better believe I'm out there in a wheelchair at the skate park.
I remember.
I can see you doing that, bro. I can see you.
I remember that clip of you at Interbike on the electric wheelchair doing the Stephen Hawking in a circle.
Yeah, right here. Oh, perfect. This is everything we talked about in one photo right here. So this is from HBC Culture, Huntington Beach Culture.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the first, I think it's that photo. Yeah, the one that's hanging up. There's the scooter box.
Oh, sick.
Oh my God.
There's me on a skateboard. That's downtown Huntington. Hold on, I want to show. There's me in front of LDG. And me doing a wheelie in a wheelchair. That was that park in Huntington that I double pegged up.
Yeah.
And when I threw the bar, I broke my foot. I broke every bone across my foot.
That rail has taken out so many people.
Dude, it was gnarly.
Penrose got nutted on it.
Yeah, dude, it was a gnarly rail. It's the same rail that I stole.
Yeah. Same type. Yeah, same type rail.
I have broken just in my feet from heel to toes 17 times. I've had 17 breaks just in my feet. So I've shattered my heel. That was my only surgery. I have a plate and 6 screws in there. I've broken both ankles on both sides. I don't know. From 15 to 25, once a year, I broke something in my foot.
And
Holy
only had to get
shit.
surgery once on it?
One time. My last x-ray before, like, after I had my plate and screws in, the doctor said, you have the worst ankle that I've ever seen. I'm like, thank you. Like, I don't
Appreciate
I don't know.
that.
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
Yeah, so like there was a contest in the city here, and Congo was here, and I think I want to say I teabagged him, and I went to run from him, and I kicked my suitcase, and I broke my toe the morning of the contest. Like my toe was like that swollen and just jammed back and purple.
That's a bad way to break it.
It was. How'd you get hurt? Oh, I teabagged my friend and kicked my suitcase.
I have
You and Kongo have a fun relationship, I will say.
We do.
I always see your guys'
I love that motherfucker. I love him, man.
We'll get into you and Congo's relationship in the bonus ep in a sec.
Yeah.
We need to.
I was gonna say, do you have one more question you wanna?
Yeah, we need to wrap up with our like staple questions essentially, which is
2 questions for you, sir.
mine is what is your Mount Rushmore fixed gear? Your top 4, if you had to put them on a mountain, who are they?
Just 4. I don't have to put them in order.
No order.
Okay. I have to go Wonka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have to. I got 2.
Okay.
Would be Slum.
Wonka, Slum.
Mayor Fixie Town.
Oh,
Whoa.
Let's set up the balloons again.
I set off the balloons. The peace sign always does it for me.
Oh, all right. That was weird. Can I say myself?
Yeah.
Or is that frowned upon?
It's your opinion.
Hit it.
Your
It's
opinion,
you.
man.
Like I said earlier, not to be cocky or anything, just with like resume for resume, I would go myself.
Bar for bar.
Man, honestly, I'm gonna say it's a young gun just because of where, like how long I've known them and where watching from the first time we rode to where they are now is J-Ball.
Fucking go.
Yay,
Yeah.
he made it.
There it is, dude.
I don't
You
know
finally
how
made
many
one.
people send you a text when you drop shit, but I make sure every time you drop something, like I get so fucking hyped to watch whatever you put out, J-Ball.
Yeah, you do let it be known, and I appreciate it every time. Thanks, dude.
Yeah. My photographer will hit me up like, hey, did you see J-Ball's new edit? So like you're being watched.
Let's go.
So, yeah. I would go with those 4. I don't know, man. It's tough because there's so many other like, dope riders and people that did shit. But I think if I wasn't putting myself on there,
LaMarche?
yeah,
Jensen?
that's what I was thinking. Tom.
Yeah.
I love Steven's riding, but I feel like Tom's riding was untouched to an extent because I was doing a lot of big shit, but Tom was doing like gnarly big shit that like this isn't even a spot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How did you just fucking ride away from that? Or he didn't ride away from it a few times.
Some people end their fixed careers on their own. He got his taken away from him. He took a huge slam and was like, fuck this, I'm done.
And if we could go back, dude, when in Bangkok, I got a hematoma. I was on my bike and I don't know if you remember the clips where we were going over the pallet at the skate park.
Yeah.
So on one of those, I threw the bar spin and I landed sideways.
Yeah.
And I went into the quarter pipe. And dude, I'm not even joking. Like I left there, it was this big on my whole thigh. Was like not just a bruise, but like protruding. Yeah. And that was like second, third day there.
Yeah, it was at that skate park. I remember the clip.
Yeah.
It's crazy because the clip doesn't look like much. It doesn't look like you did anything to your leg.
Mm-hmm. He's like maybe like a scrape or something.
It looked so slow, and like I just like tapped it and then kind of fell. But dude, I fucking ran into that thing.
Yeah. Other question.
All right.
I think
No, go ahead. I think
it's time to retire the croissant question. I'm not going to ask Jacob
We're not going to ask that one.
But what's your favorite sandwich? If you had to eat one sandwich for the rest of your life, what is it?
Damn, dude. I'm a huge sandwich person. Whether
there you
it
go.
be like,
love this.
Fuck, man. Whether it be like, I'll make like a peanut butter and jelly on a English muffin to like, bro. Last night we bought a bag of like the pre-made, barbecue chicken, buffalo chicken, or boneless chicken, and I cut a brioche or whatever like loaf in half and just put 6 pieces of chicken on it. Like, if I had to go one sandwich,
just one. That's it.
Start with the bread.
What do you never get sick of?
Ciabatta.
Ooh. Dang, you're from the Bay Area and you're not claiming Dutch Crunch? That's crazy.
Damn. I'm hella mad you just said that because most sandwiches are.
That's so funny.
He's not claiming Dutch Crunch.
Hold on. Every birthday from childhood, we still go to the same restaurant, Harry's Hofbräu. And every birthday I get, so it's Hofbräu, it's like Thanksgiving fucking year round. Turkey sandwich on Dutch Crunch, dipped in turkey gravy. With a side of mashed potatoes and gravy. Ooh. But if you're not eating your Dutch Crunch sandwich upside down, you're eating it wrong.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I guess that's my sandwich. I love ciabatta, but I eat that sandwich multiple times a year. We go there almost everyone's birthday. We go to Harry's for.
There you go, man.
For me, it's a turkey sandwich, Dutch Crunch.
That's good.
I had to give you the layup. You almost threw. Yeah. I had to save you. I was like, "There's no way."
Imagine Harry watching this and being like, "Damn, dog."
He said ciabatta.
He said ciabatta, dude. Fuck out of here.
It's like
I'm gonna go order my sandwich next time, and that's it. Nah, you get a ciabatta roll.
All right. That's it for the main episode here. We're going to switch into the Patreon bonus episode for some additional questions. Jacob, the floor is yours. Shoutouts. Anything else you want to get off your chest? The floor is yours.
I want to shout out my sponsors, my current sponsors. SE Bikes. I don't know if BrokeBoyz would be a sponsor for me, but BrokeBoyz. My partner in BrokeBoyz, Terp, hit me up when I rode fixed gear and wanted to make bike parts, and I had part sponsors, so I was like, I don't need it, And then he came back when I started riding big bikes and was like, dude, I'll fund it, you be the face. And he funded my first 2 orders of bars, and we've been 6.5 years. I think we might have just hit 7 years that we've been doing it. February will be 7 years since we got our first run of bars. So shout out Terp and BrokeBoyz. And Doocan, you weren't in here, but I've sold close to 2,000 sets of handlebars in the last 6 years out of my house.
All right, I have a question. Last question of the episode. I know we're transitioning to the bonus.
Yes.
What is the sickest trick that's been done with the BrokeBoyz bars? I know you're on the internet. I know you're tapped in. You got your fingers all up in there. Who has done the sickest trick with your bars?
Sickest trick with my bars?
I have a guess.
What? What's your guess?
Something Marco's done.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say Marco's 5. Marco's 5 was fucking sick. He didn't land it, but Yuri's backflip.
Oh, he is on your bars right now. Yeah, Yuri's
for the last maybe 4 months. Maybe 5. Anything that DZ Bikelife does with my bars on his bike. If DZ, if you watch this, I really hope you heal up soon. I don't know if you guys saw his accident.
His ankle is fucked
crazy.
Up.
His foot was not on his body.
It looked like it ripped his foot off.
Crazy. Anything that DZ does, honestly, anything like you said, I'm on the internet. I see a lot of the combo shit doesn't really do it for me, but seeing people surf or doing combos, leg overs over my bars is pretty fucking dope. But getting someone that buys them and like does BMX shit. I did a small run. I think it was 20 sets of 10-inch bars. So there's a couple of people on 20-inch that are riding them.
Sick.
So I did 3 sets of bars, two styles. I did the 2 and the 4-piece. I did the small ones I sent for you guys. They're like right under 6-inch. My 8-inch were mismeasured and they're like 7 3/4. And then I did the 10-inch, which were those ones we got right and were a true fucking 10-inch. They were huge, actually.
Has anyone ever been hit by a car riding BrokeBoyz bars?
Bro, these things are fucking.
Oh,
Those are
yeah,
massive.
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
insane.
like
those are cool.
compared to.
I mean, they're half the size of the fixed gear
Dude.
bars. Oh my god, yeah.
Those top bars
Yeah, bro,
remind me of
they're
that like
fucking huge.
Tom Doogan like
Those are
10-inch
cool.
bar.
I like 10-inch
video.
bars on BMX.
Vegas Pedal Blocks got hit by a car with those bars, and his bike got dragged under the car,
Fuck.
and the bars were
Fine.
still fucking great. I think. I think there's only been 4 people that have bent them riding. Josh Silva, Marco, and Marco sent the clip. It was on one of the big drops. Same with Silva, and then Yuri tweaked his a little bit, and then myself. I bent a pair that I rode for almost a year before realizing that I bent down. So for only having that many sets that I know of bend, and everyone I've offered, or Josh Silva I replaced, Marco I offered to, and Marco was trying my bars and then tried another set after. If you've bent them, I'll send you a free pair. Like I'm not, I don't care.
It's good business.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's good business.
I try to take care of, I had someone, I don't know how the fuck they did it, but on our sprockets that we had made, a tooth broke off, and I'm like, I don't even know how you fucking did this, but here, I'm going to send you a sprocket,
Yeah.
I just, any clip, man, anything when, whether it be a t-shirt, a hat, sticker, whatever, like, it's dope to see your shit out there.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I mean, with the SMC stuff.
Dude, if there's a sticker on a bike in a foreign place, I'm stoked, like, instantly. Like,
Yeah.
anytime someone, like, especially internationally, orders a package, I throw in extra stickers.
So my thing is, like, if you're ordering one hat, you're getting 3 stickers and a trading card. Like, if you're ordering bars, a hat, and a hoodie, like, I'm sending like 10 to 12 stickers.
Yeah.
Like, I get a lot of people that, oh man, I wanted to buy stickers. I'm like, no, your order came with stickers. Well, I didn't pay. I'm like, oh, trust me, dude, you got stickers coming.
Yeah. Any other shout outs?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Deacon really took us on a tangent.
Yeah,
there.
you can really fucking
Always,
bust up
always.
there.
It's all right.
15 distribution, Theory and Merit. I've been riding, I guess, pro for Theory for 4 years now.
Shout out Mike Brennan.
Yeah, Mike Brennan.
He was just at BMX day, dude. He was throwing down.
Dude. Yeah, fucking Jack. I don't know how to say his last name. Hinek. He went pro for Merit on Friday.
Oh yeah.
And won best of BMX day.
I was there. That was a good time.
Shout out to Jack. That was fucking sick. I'm gonna shout out Max too. Fucking Max Boo for that gap to double peg.
That was insane.
I have that same ramp. And I've had so many people, and so there's actually a couple of rails over here by my house. I live a block away from all the industrial area down here now, so I'm gonna start taking my ramp over, and I got a couple of like 8-foot like ledge. I don't know if you would call it a ledge, but there's a couple. I got some big shit. I got a big list of what's coming. Shout out to 15 Merit and Theory. Ride Out Supply has taken care of me for the last since I got on a big bike. I ordered one sticker kit from someone else, and then after I talked to Ride Out Supply, that's been it. Every sticker kit that I've put on a bicycle in the last 6, almost 7 years has been from them. I've been on Etnies, shout out Etnies. I've been on with
Sick.
them for 5 years now. My family, my wife, for the support, the push.
Shout out
Doing
Desiree.
this, yeah, big shout out to Desiree. At one point, my son and I were doing this, I guess, professionally together. He was sponsored by GT, so we were riding for rival companies.
That's
You know,
crazy.
yeah, it was sick as fuck, man. He was on there for about a year and a half, and then they got a new like team manager who just didn't see. Well, I mean, I'm sure you've seen now. GT is just not.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
Is James still riding?
Yeah, but James is playing football now, so his coach doesn't want him doing wheelies. So I don't know. It's fucking lame, but whatever. You know, he'll still get out. Juliana, she's riding. She just did the beast mode ride out. I don't know if you saw the photos from that. I jumped over Marshawn Lynch.
Oh yeah.
This last weekend,
That's
she
fucking
did.
sick.
She did the ride out with us. She got to meet him and hang out, so that was cool. She just picked up skateboarding. Actually, she does travel skateboarding every week. She goes to like 10 to 13 skate parks. I drop her off. She gets in a bus with. I don't know if you guys know who Nigel Jones is from Braille. So Nigel's her skateboard instructor.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
So,
Dude, that's so sick.
yeah, they're still riding, skating. Like I said, he's playing football now, so he's, you know, I can't do wheelies and
Damn. He'll come back.
whatever. But yeah, it'll get back. He never lost it. My parents, my brother, like I said, if it wasn't for my dad and my mom for the push and, you know, the support, I did a 8 foot tall, maybe 10 foot wide double dirt jump and rode up to the car and told her to come watch. They were there to pick me up, and my dad's like, "What are you working on?" So I showed him, and I'm like, "I'm gonna get mom." And when she walked down there, I cased it with my front wheel and fucking like knocked myself out a little bit, and I'm like hyperventilating, knocked the wind out of myself. My face is bleeding. My mom's crying, and like my mom stormed off. So my dad came over and yelled at me, "Don't fucking bring your mom down if you're not gonna land it." And like I got yelled at for it, and then he went and yelled at my mom and was like, "Don't fucking run away from him when he's doing this. Like when he falls, he has to get up and do it again." So he made her come back down and made me do it again. And so, yeah, all the injuries, all the, you know, I've had probably 200 plus staples and stitches. So, you know, the support from them is why I kept it going. Old bones therapy, they've been taking care of me and my old bones. I take their joint supplements every day.
I'm starting to need some of those.
Yeah, they
I
got
need
a
those.
CBD cream. Jacob 15 at checkout, save you 15% off. So go ahead and use that.
There you go, boys.
I expect a check.
Yeah,
Send him the invoice too. Send him the invoice too.
yeah, it's in the invoice. Roadkill. Like I said, that guy's. He went to Florida with me. He's been out of the state with me a couple of times. He's been down south with me a few times. He's the one that films and edits a lot of my YouTube. Almost all of my photos come from him, except for this last year because he does baseball now. But
I like how that's like
Whatever,
the
dude.
fifth time you've mentioned that.
I'll continue. Dude, he's wearing a baseball shirt right now. He
Bro's,
came over here from work.
bro's mainstream now.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, you need to come down here and let me take some pictures of you.
I know, I do. We need to work something out with City Grounds
Yeah.
and get it to where that's how we, yeah. Shout out City Grounds.
They treat riders well.
Fun fact. I actually ride for Dan's Comp.
What the fuck?
I have for the last like 2 years. And they're great. But City Grounds has sent me a bicycle for the last 4 years, every City Grounds Big Flyer collab that they've done. So big shout out to them for, you know, it works out because it's my bicycle sponsor and City Grounds. And I go back with, you know, Paul and all those dudes to the shop that was the size of my garage in Long Beach.
Yeah. Fixed gear days.
Oh, yeah. I almost got a charged scissor from them, but I ended up getting my bicycle here got stolen, and I ended up building a volume thrasher with Foo.
Oh, sick. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
this was
Deep cut.
2010.
Foo, you're talking about Epic Foo?
Oh yeah, big fucking shout out to Foo at Epic. I love that motherfucker.
Same.
Yeah, he's been good to me and my family. He's a solid dude.
Great guy.
Yeah.
He's one that
Shout
like
out to you guys for keeping this going.
he'll always stand up for his like people.
Oh yeah, he's like, we were at Frogtown and he was talking to someone about me, and they, their comment was like just regarding my wheel size, and he like shut them right the fuck up and was like, you have no idea what this, not only what he's doing, but what he has done.
Yeah.
I try to make it a point to every time I come down, I go to see him. Like I went after the video premiere, after SMC, I was at Epic until almost midnight.
Oh, it's a wormhole there.
Yeah.
You walk in that door,
Yeah,
you're
dude, I
stuck
walked
there.
in at the worst time. There was a UFC fight on, so there's 20 people in there watching that. So every minute of conversation I got with Foo, then went into 5 minutes of UFC. So I was really only there with him for 30 minutes, but yeah, like I said, shout out to you guys for keeping this going. Not just with the podcast, but with the contest. It's no one's doing it.
November 22nd, Suck My Comp 8. That's the first
TBD. Location TBD.
Location TBD.
TBD.
You'll be there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll be there for that.
Yeah.
I had hella fun at that one, dude.
It was so fun to see you ride. I loved it.
Dude, and the crazy thing is I didn't ride my fixed gear. Like I pulled, I'm not joking, from the Concord contest, I pulled my bike out the day that Ed passed away, filmed those 3 tricks in my driveway, and then my bike sat until the contest.
Basically,
I might have rode once with like the East Bay dudes like Andy and Josh Silva, Cam, Jimmy Watcha came out. We rode Castro Valley, but yeah, like I didn't ride. And it's funny because I almost have to relearn pedal setting every time I get on my fixed gear. And dude, I almost ate it. We were riding, we went to take a turn, and I stopped pedaling, and like my bike like bucked, and I caught myself, and I was like, holy shit, dude, like fixed gear.
Yeah.
Like,
You got to reprogram your brain.
Yeah.
Dude, you did an overcrook.
I did.
That's crazy.
I did an overcrook and a switch.
Hanger?
A switch hanger, yeah. Yeah.
Shout out you.
Don't worry. I'll put a secret in because we're so deep into the cut right now. Bring your knee pads because there's about to be a fucking race, and that's all I'm about to say.
There's about to
be a race.
That fucking race too. That part
this is redemption. This is redemption.
This is straight up like bank
dude,
turn.
I'm putting grip tape on my tires. I'm gripping my tires. Shout out the scene, the big bike scene, the fixed gear scene. I love that, the fixed gear scene. I don't want to say it went away, but it definitely died. And with the small handful of you guys that kept it going, the amount of people that you're seeing on fixed gears now is because of you. Like, it came back because of you guys keeping this shit going. So I love that, because I came into it when fixed gear was nothing. There was a handful of contests that had gone down, and yeah, it's just dope to see everything still going. Dang, J-Ball, pay your electric bill, dude.
No, he started crying. He had to turn the camera off.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Thanks, man.
I don't know if he'll, where the message will go, or if he'll hear it, but I don't think, aside from family, I would be where I am with my riding without Ed. He was trying to get me to leave SE for Grime, and he was trying to sell it to me, and I'm like, you know, they didn't even have their grind prototype frames, and I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna, I get bikes right now. I'm not gonna leave somewhere to like, you know. So I did a photo shoot, and it's funny because my first photo shoot for SE was on a cutter in a grime shirt. And that was my like welcome to the team. But like I said, if it wasn't for, you know, Ed and I wouldn't have left the country like I did. I wouldn't have gone to all these contests out of state. I wouldn't have, you know, Bicycle Film Festival with him. That guy right there. You ever seen this one?
No.
This one's got some interesting pictures in it.
I'm lacking severely in physical media or print.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
There's that boy,
what a good
man.
picture.
There
That
he
dude
is.
right there. I got a lot of photos with him. Like I said, we did a lot together.
Yeah, you guys really were everywhere together.
He's like I said, he's the reason that, you know, that dude right there. I got a couple of tattoos by him when I was out in New York too. Yeah, it was fucking dope, dude. This magazine though, I got because of this.
Oh shit.
Dude.
Oh my god, look at that.
Nice. Yeah, LDG profile. Oh, dude, I was there for
Dude.
those Mike Din pictures. For that Mike Din picture.
Really?
Oh, sick.
Mike didn't mention, dude. Mike didn't mention is always a great time.
Finger stuck.
Bingo card.
Oh, the setup.
What?
Oh, dude.
That was
Congos.
The bongo with the
Dins.
green P35.
Sick
Scott.
ass fucking sync for it.
Dude, fuck, dude, that's so
Also,
insane, man.
Wow, those pictures are great. I wish I had them. The Congo Bronco.
I think there's one. Is there one more? Maybe not.
That's a good feature.
That's a great article. Yeah.
Yeah,
God
I got a few. This one's always good.
You can see this one in the bonus on the Patreon.